My name is Paul Krantz. I'm a journalist covering Germany for a local English outlet, and I'm especially interested in the environment and biodiversity. One of my recent investigations focused on Germany's wolf population, how conservation efforts have allowed wolves to reclaim space in Germany and really across Europe, but also how wolves are portrayed as a threat to farmers because they hunt livestock. As part of my reporting, I spoke with animal experts and conservationists, as well as sheep farmers in Germany to understand the perspectives on the ground and what are maybe the best solutions for both wolves and people. So the farmers I spoke to in Germany were proponents of livestock protections. So that's mainly electric fences and wolf dogs as preventative measures to keep wolves away. One farmer told me very excitedly that there was a known wolf pack in his area and it had 7 pups. But he was confident that a properly maintained electric fence would keep the wolves away from his sheep. And he really emphasized that if you set up an electric fence properly, it only needs to work once. He told me if a wolf meets the electric fence and it gets zapped on its first time, it won't come back to prey on the sheep. And he really thinks this is the best way to deal with wolves. Culling wolves is not a viable solution, and we've seen this again and again in Europe. Experts I spoke to cited cases in regions from France where they culled between 10 and 20% of the wolf population there. And the following year, the number of sheep killed actually increased. And I think versions of this pattern has been repeated again and again in Switzerland and in Sweden, in other places across Europe where wolves have been killed. Basically, when we cull wolves, we end up disrupting healthy packs. And wolves are pack hunters. So when they're alone, they really have trouble hunting in the wild, which is why they're more likely to prey on farm animals. So a healthy pack is a good pack, is what one farmer told me, whereas a lone wolf can be a problem. So again, what we really need to do in terms of protecting livestock is simply to protect sheep in their pastures and let wolves set up and maintain their packs. Wolves are here to stay if we let them, basically. I think we can see that wolves can and have adapted to the modern world, and there's plenty of food around Europe in terms of like deer and wild boar and these other animals that have come back while wolves have largely been away. So there's really enough resources and land and space here for wolves to exist in quite healthy populations. But again, that's only if we let them do so. We could also quickly hunt wolves to extinction again if we don't continue to protect them. And wolves are a vital part of the ecosystem. So I hope that our future with wolves is one of coexistence. I think the most important thing that policymakers need to focus on is not politicizing wolves, not kind of jumping at these populist speaking points that tend to stir up fear and make people anxious about wolves. At the very least, just sticking to the facts. I've heard from policymakers at the highest levels of the EU making claims that wolves are, for example, dangerous to people. And that is just factually incorrect. There's been no wolves attacks on people in Europe in recorded history. So I think if politicians are really serious about supporting farmers, they can listen to what farmers actually want, which is usually better resources for protections, more support, whether that's monetary or policy-based, and not falling into the speaking points from like hunting groups or farmers unions that just want to politicize the issue and stir up anger and fear of wolves.